What's going on, guys? CrustyKs here from the Gold Boys Network, coming to you with this college football Thanksgiving Black Friday slate. We're going to talk about the one Thursday game, then we'll talk about 3 or 4 of the Friday games. Really excited to get into them. Let's not waste any more time. So this Thursday, this Thanksgiving game, Memphis taking on Tulane. Tulane laying 13.5 points. This is a pretty big spread, but I don't necessarily disagree with it. Memphis, in my opinion, has been one of the more, they're a top team in the AAC, but in my opinion, a bit overrated. If you've watched them this season, Seth Hennigan, the scripted part of the offense, like the beginning of the game, they look really good. And then when it gets into the later part of the game, they actually call real plays. And it's not the stuff they practiced a million times. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't flow. A lot of times their offense gets extremely stagnant in the second half. And as a result, you've seen them, lose some games they probably shouldn't have, or been a lot closer than they should be to some of these opponents. So for me in this one, I love Tulane minus 13.5. I think this is the best team in this conference. I think they pick up a monster win here and kind of make a statement as to why they should be the Group of 5 team in the college playoff. Mekhi Hughes, if you want to get behind him, his rushing prop is sky high. It's at 121.5, but I really don't see how he doesn't get there. But for me here, like I said, Tulane minus 13.5. I love it. I think they blow this team out. I think they make this a huge statement game for them. Standalone primetime. Let's see the Green Wave pick up a big win and kind of put themselves on the college football map, in my opinion. So jumping into the Friday slate here, there's so many games on Friday. If you guys haven't looked, this slate is incredible. I'm going to spend some time on a few of them, and then, like I said, I'll have a Saturday video for probably top 5 Saturday games. So kicking it off on the Friday, first one I want to talk about, Oklahoma State taking on Colorado. You get Colorado here off of that loss to Kansas. If you watch Deion, he said his team kind of bought into the hype, and as a result, they got punched in the mouth. And he's not wrong. He was honest, and I can appreciate that. You face an Oklahoma State team here, who a lot of people preseason had this team, winning the Big 12. Obviously, that's not the case. They've been absolutely terrible. Defense can't stop anybody. Ollie Gordon, really non-existent this season. For me here, I like the Buffs. They're laying 16.5. That's a really tough number for me to get to, just because it's a huge number. But I do think it's the right side to be on. What I opted for here was the Colorado team total over. It's at 41.5. So sitting on that pretty critical, football number at 42. I think they run this thing up. I don't think they have any issue getting 6 touchdowns here against this Oklahoma State team. If you've watched them play, this defense cannot stop anyone. Like I said, the Buffs, you get them off the loss to Kansas. They've been rolling as of late. This feels like the spot where they kind of get their lick back, and they just take out their frustration on this bad Oklahoma State team. So give me the Colorado Buffs, team total over 41.5.
Wait, before we get back to the picks, I wanted to thank you all for watching. Friends don't let friends watch videos without hitting the like button. So go ahead and press the thumbs up button and like the video. If you're new here and not subscribed, you should go ahead and do so, because we're dropping new content each and every day on the Gold Boys Network. We strive to cover every sport and give out picks and analysis and valuable information for free on the Gold Boys Network. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you can get notified when we drop something new. I'm Brad Thomas. Let's get back to the picks.
Rolling along with this Friday slate, like I said, these next 3 that I'm going to talk about, these will be the last, they are the last 3 games on this Friday slate. But 3 games that, in my opinion, definitely the best 3 on this slate. So that's why I want to talk about them. So the first one being Georgia Tech taking on Georgia. Georgia laying 19.5 points. If you watch them in their last game, in that little tune-up they had versus UMass, this team did not look good at all. I think it was more just because they didn't care than anything else. But, who am I to say that UMass isn't, maybe the up and coming powerhouse in the whatever conference they're in? No, but seriously, so Georgia, I like them here. My issue with Georgia Tech, if you've watched Haynes King, I believe he has an AC joint strain. He can't throw the ball, so he played a little bit in their last game. Didn't play much. Their backup pretty much took all of the passing duties and majority of the game, truthfully. So for me here, without Haynes King, and even if he plays in some limited capacity like he has been, I just have a hard time trusting them for that reason. So it's a huge number, but I'm going to lay the 19.5 with Georgia. These are not numbers that they normally cover, that they're comfortable covering. But this is a team that like most of the teams in the SEC, needs to have a convincing win this week, and I think they get it done against the Georgia Tech team that, I mean, just they're not healthy, and because they're not healthy, I just don't think they're very good. So give me Georgia minus the 19.5 here. Rolling through this, like I said, these last 3 late games. The next one, Nebraska taking on Iowa. Iowa, a 3.5-point home favorite. Total for this game sitting at a whopping 39.5. So Dylan Raiola definitely has not lived up to quite the hype everybody expected him to live up to. But, I mean, let's be real. He wasn't going to be the next Mahomes anyway. So for me here, though, you get Iowa, obviously on their third-string quarterback. They did win their last game. Defense looked really good. And I'm going to go back to him here. I think Nebraska's pretty bad. Weather for this game is going to be pretty brutal, too. I believe they showed sub-zero wind chill. Going to be windy. Just going to be a nasty game. I like Iowa, though. Like I said, far better defense, in my opinion. The far better running game. And in a game that's probably going to be, points are going to be at a premium. I think you lean on the Hawkeyes here, especially at home. That defense it comes to play. I think Raiola's in for a rough one. And even if Iowa can't get a ton of success going, I do think they get enough done to get the win here. So if you want to lay the 3.5, obviously I'm okay with that. Moneyline is a bit juicy, so you'd probably have to pair it with something else. But works as a parlay piece too, in my opinion. Give me Iowa minus 3.5, moneyline, however you want it. I think they get that one done. Hey guys, I just want to give a quick reminder that new users can bet $5 at FanDuel on any of the bets in this video and win $150 in bonus bets if the bet wins. Now let's get back to the bets. So the last one I want to talk about, it is Friday night, Utah traveling to UCF. Probably not a game that a lot of people want to talk about. Probably not going to be a popular game for most people. But this Utah team, probably one of the most disappointing teams of the season, I think. Obviously all the hype with Cam Rising coming back. Didn't last long. He got hurt. Now he's out for the rest of he's been out for the rest of the season. And then you have UCF on the other side again. Another team that had a lot of hype around them in the preseason in the Big 12. Everybody believed the Big 12 to be wide open. Thought UCF could compete, myself included. But that defense is definitely underwhelmed. For me here, I'm genuinely curious how Utah slows down this rushing attack. So, I mean, Utah, we all know, is a strong defensive team. But in this matchup in particular, the UCF, whether it be their quarterback or RJ Harvey, they just have so many ways to beat you. And so for me here, seeing UCF laying 10 points at home against Utah, to me, that's pretty telling. So I'm going to lay the 9.5 with UCF. I think that this game means more to them. They're at the bounce house. It's Friday night. It's going to be rocking for sure. Utah comes in, and I believe Wilson's still going to quarterback. No, they're going to go with Batari. So, yeah, once again, I mean, not like it's a big difference. Neither guy is really good. So for me here, I think it's UCF. I think they run all over them. RJ Harvey have an absolute field day. I think that goes without saying. I just have a hard time seeing Utah keeping in this game, especially when UCF knows that Utah is going to try and run the ball. You can load the box and you can slow down Micah Bernard. We saw it last week, and I think we see a similar approach here from the Golden Knights. So give me UCF minus 9.5. That does conclude this Thursday-Friday slate. I am excited to hopefully cash some bets with you guys this week. I have been terribly inconsistent with these. I'm going to get better about it. I'm going to start doing some college basketball ones too as we get into conference play. We'll have a lot to talk about. So, as always, you can get all my official plays at goldboys.com. If you have a gambling problem, don't want to hurt a gambler. Thank you guys.